Welcome to the right place, the ultimate destination for nature lovers and creative DIY enthusiasts. If you've ever looked at a pile of junk and thought, I could turn that into something magical, then you're exactly where you need to be. Today, we're diving from junk into joyful art, creative DIY garden ideas with upcycled decor and natural materials. We believe that sustainable living doesn't have to sacrifice style. With the right vision, you can turn old wood, stones, leaves, twigs, and broken furniture into whimsical garden elements that not only beautify your space, but also reduce waste. Whether you're in the city with a balcony garden or have a spacious backyard, these ideas are adaptable, affordable, and deeply rewarding. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and tap the bell icon, because you won't want to miss more eco-friendly inspiration like this. Let's explore 25 imaginative, earthy, and eco-conscious ways to give your garden a personality using only what nature and junk have to offer. One, rustic planters from natural and salvaged materials. Transforming old containers and salvaged wood into rustic planters is one of the most accessible DIY garden ideas. An abandoned wooden drawer, for example, can become a charming herb bed by adding a few drainage holes and a coat of beeswax for weather resistance. By filling it with rich soil and planting herbs or succulents, you not only upcycle something bound for the landfill, but you also add a story-filled piece of decor to your garden. Use natural pebbles or moss around the base for a beautifully grounded finish. Even cracked ceramic pots or dented metal buckets can find new life as planters with a touch of creativity. Line the interiors with core or burlap for breathability and arrange them at various heights using stacked stones or log bases. Not only does this create visual interest, but it also integrates nature seamlessly into your setup. These textured combinations of metal, wood, and earth reflect a blend of rustic charm and practical reusability that brings warmth and uniqueness to any green corner. Two, DIY garden paths with natural and reclaimed elements. One of the most satisfying ways to create structure in your garden is with a handmade path using reclaimed or natural elements. Broken tiles, salvaged bricks, or even slices of old tree trunks can be arranged into meandering walkways that guide visitors through your green haven. By embedding these materials into compacted earth or sand, you create a naturally integrated path that invites exploration. Every step taken is a celebration of reuse and beauty, forming an eco-conscious trail through your landscape. For a softer, more natural aesthetic, consider using flat river stones or foraged slate pieces laid among creeping ground cover like moss or thyme. The contrast between the smooth stone and the vibrant greenery creates a sensory-rich experience underfoot. This kind of path not only reduces waste by utilizing local or discarded materials, but it also preserves the organic flow of your garden, proving that you don't need synthetic products to make a striking impact. Three, wind chimes and hanging decor from nature's leftovers. Give your garden a musical soul by crafting wind chimes and hanging art from natural and upcycled items. Driftwood, shells, pine cones, and even discarded cutlery or broken jewelry can be turned into auditory art that dances with the breeze. Simply string these elements together with natural twine or repurposed wire, spacing them to ensure they tap and chime melodically. Hanging them from branches or pergolas not only brings sound to your space, but also showcases your commitment to creative repurposing. 'Hanging jars or bottles can be filled with pebbles, dried flowers, or even tiny candles to create floating lights and rustic lanterns. Use jute rope or twisted vines to suspend them at different lengths, forming a layered, floating centerpiece. These pieces harness both the texture of reclaimed glass and the organic beauty of natural fillers, transforming cast-off items into luminous expressions of joy. It's art that breathes and glows in harmony with your garden. 4. Sculptural garden art with twigs, stones, and clay. Nature provides the most humble yet striking sculptural tools: sticks, stones, and raw clay. With a bit of imagination, you can assemble twig obelisks, balanced stone towers, or hand-shaped clay faces that peek out from beneath foliage. These sculptures aren't just decorative. They create focal points and a sense of narrative in your garden. A twisting vine-wrapped frame or a spiral path of pebbles invites wonder, drawing visitors into the story of your eco-friendly sanctuary. For added personality, paint stones with natural dyes or clay pigments, or carve small runes and textures into driftwood to give them a mystic, enchanted forest vibe. These tactile pieces bring a handmade, ancient charm to your garden. Every sculpture tells a story of where the materials came from, how they were shaped, and how they've been given new life. It's a beautiful reminder that from even the most forgotten fragments, something magical can emerge. Five, furniture and fixtures reimagined with organic materials. Salvaged furniture and discarded home fixtures can find renewed purpose as garden features when paired with natural materials. An old wooden chair missing a seat can become a plant stand by replacing the base with a coir-lined pot. A broken ladder? Now it's a tiered herb display. With a little sanding, staining, or wrapping in jute, these throwaway items can be seamlessly transformed into statement pieces that blend functionality with natural beauty. Even headboards, crates, and shutters can be repurposed as trellises, vertical gardens, or rustic backdrops when integrated with climbing plants or wrapped in bark and vines. This not only saves these items from the landfill, but also brings texture and history to your outdoor space. By merging structural salvage with botanical life, you create living art that evolves with the seasons. Your garden becomes not just a place of plants, but a canvas of eco-inspired design. 6. Wildlife-friendly upcycled garden additions. Gardens are most alive when they invite wildlife to thrive alongside us, and upcycled, natural material projects can support this beautifully. Turn hollow logs into bee hotels, or convert broken teapots into bird feeders by hanging them from sturdy branches. Scatter brush piles or stacked stone nooks to provide shelter for frogs, lizards, or pollinators. These humble builds enrich your ecosystem while showcasing the harmony between reuse and habitat creation. 'Consider building a butterfly puddling station with a shallow dish filled with sand, stones, and water, or crafting nesting balls from twine, moss, and pet fur. These creations are not only charming but deeply impactful, encouraging biodiversity in your garden space. By using what you already have and combining it with nature's bounty, you're not just decorating, you're actively contributing to the health of the environment. It's the ultimate expression of turning junk into joy. 7. Garden borders and edging with earthy flair. Defining the borders of your garden with upcycled and natural materials adds both structure and charm. Try repurposing broken plates, reclaimed tiles, or slices of reclaimed logs to create eye-catching edging around flower beds or vegetable patches. These unconventional elements create a playful boundary that guides the eye and separates plant zones without needing synthetic plastic or rubber options. It's a simple project with a big visual payoff and an eco-friendly heart. 'For a more organic look, stack river rocks. Use driftwood pieces or lay reclaimed slate in a staggered fashion along the borders. As these materials naturally age and weather, they blend more beautifully with your landscape. This approach encourages a deeper connection to your environment while giving every nook of your garden a handcrafted, cohesive feel, proving that discarded and natural materials can shape spaces as elegantly as store-bought solutions. 8. Rainwater harvesting with rustic style. Embrace sustainable gardening by creating DIY rainwater collectors using repurposed barrels, old ceramic jugs, or metal tubs. Not only do they reduce water waste, but when decorated with natural elements like bamboo, stones, or vines, they become an aesthetic feature in your garden. These handmade rain catchers can be placed near gutters or beneath open skies to provide a reliable and eco-conscious water source for your plants. 'To further blend them into your garden's theme, surround the collectors with wildflowers or embed them partially into the earth. Adding a wooden lid or woven grass covering keeps them clean while enhancing their rustic look. This solution isn't just practical, it's also a visual celebration of how function and creativity can coexist through upcycling and natural integration. 9. Creative compost bins with natural camouflage. Composting is the ultimate form of upcycling, and your bin can be just as creative as the process itself. Construct one from salvaged pallets, untreated wood planks, or woven willow branches for a structure that breathes and blends into the garden. By using organic materials and avoiding plastic, you ensure your compost station supports the natural cycle from waste to nourishment in both appearance and purpose. 'Hide your compost bin in plain sight by planting climbing ivy or creating a living wall around it using moss-covered stones. You can even turn it into a feature with a carved wooden sign or decorative top made of clay tiles. These small artistic touches help make composting not just a sustainable act, but a beautiful, integrated part of your garden's aesthetic. 10. Trellises and climbers from salvaged supports. Old ladders, bicycle wheels, or rusty bed frames can all find new life as trellises for climbing plants. When painted with natural pigments or wrapped with hemp rope, these discarded items create vertical interest while encouraging growth for vines, peas, or flowers like clematis. It's a rewarding way to turn rust and ruin into a flourishing green wall. 'For a more naturalistic take, build your trellis from branches and twigs lashed together with jute. These wooden frameworks mirror the shape of natural tree growth and provide a gentle guide for climbing plants. Over time, the plants will entwine with the frame, forming living sculptures that change with the seasons, making your garden feel alive in more ways than one. 11. Bird baths and wildlife watering holes. Invite nature in by crafting simple, elegant bird baths or watering stations from forgotten household items. An old basin set atop a tree stump or a chipped bowl nestled among stones can become a charming oasis for birds, bees, and butterflies. Decorate the surroundings with shells, moss, or driftwood to enhance the natural appeal and offer perches for your visitors. 'You can also dig a shallow hole and line it with clay or flat stones to make a ground-level water feature. These additions encourage biodiversity and act as subtle garden centerpieces. Not only do they repurpose what would otherwise be trash, but they also nourish life in your ecosystem, creating a win-win for beauty and balance. 12. Seed starters and mini greenhouses from reused materials. Give your seeds a strong start using old egg cartons, coconut shells, or even have citrus peels as biodegradable seed starters. These upcycled containers naturally decompose when planted, enriching the soil as they break down. It's a zero-waste approach to starting your garden, adding character and sustainability from the very beginning of a plant's life. 'You can also build mini greenhouses from salvaged windows or clear plastic containers rescued from the recycle bin. When framed with wood or stone, they create cozy, climate-controlled environments perfect for germinating plants. This practice blends practical gardening with creative reuse, reminding us that nurturing life begins with intention and ingenuity. 13. Natural garden lighting with upcycled touches. Create magical garden evenings using handmade lanterns and solar lights crafted from jars, reclaimed wood, or discarded candle holders. Place candles inside tinted glass or repurpose wire baskets into hanging glow orbs. These soft, handmade lights cast a warm glow and give your garden a cozy, welcoming atmosphere after sunset. 'If you're feeling adventurous, craft wooden sconces from tree bark or use hollowed-out logs to house small lights. These lighting solutions require minimal resources but offer maximum charm. Each flicker of light serves as a testament to the power of transformation from abandoned materials into sources of illumination and wonder. 14. Upcycled garden signs and labels. Add personality to your plants with handmade garden markers using pebbles, scrap wood, or broken tiles. Paint the names of your herbs, vegetables, or flowers using eco-friendly pigments and seal them with beeswax for durability. These little labels are both functional and artistic, helping you stay organized while expressing your unique garden vibe. Reclaimed cutlery, like forks or spoons, can also be flattened and engraved with plant names for a metallic twist. Attach them to sticks or stake them into the ground for quirky, upcycled flair. These signs celebrate craftsmanship and creativity, making even the smallest details of your garden part of the overall story. 15. Garden mirrors and reflections with reused glass. Old mirrors and window panes can add depth and light to shaded garden corners. By framing cracked mirrors with driftwood or surrounding them with trailing plants, you create reflective focal points that expand your space visually. These additions enhance natural light and make your garden feel like a secret world of its own. 'Position mirrors behind plants or near vertical features to mimic larger landscapes. Not only do they trick the eye into seeing more space, but they also highlight the beauty of surrounding blooms. Using discarded glass this way turns overlooked items into garden magic, again proving that beauty doesn't have to come from brand new things. 16. Seasonal decor with found and foraged materials. Celebrate the changing seasons by crafting garden decor using foraged elements like pine cones, fallen leaves, feathers, and acorns. Wreaths, mobiles, and garlands made from these natural treasures bring texture and movement to your outdoor space. They decompose naturally and can be refreshed with every shift in weather, keeping your garden dynamic and alive. 'Pair your seasonal creations with upcycled additions like metal frames, old baskets, or broken jewelry to add shine and structure. This mix of rustic and refined makes each corner of your garden feel curated yet completely organic. It's a fun, rotating celebration of nature's cycles, all sourced without spending a dime. 17. Storybook corners and secret spaces. Create hidden nooks in your garden using salvaged doors, old trellises, or arches made from reclaimed wood. Add a log bench, surround it with soft moss or climbing ivy, and tuck it into a quiet corner. These secret spaces invite moments of rest and imagination, making your garden not just beautiful, but deeply personal. 'Complement these spaces with natural sculptures, repurposed garden gnomes, or handmade signs with poetic phrases etched into slate. These details bring whimsy and storytelling into your outdoor space, turning your upcycled creations into a magical retreat. With a bit of vision, your garden becomes more than a place, it becomes an experience. 18. Sculpted pathway markers and nature totems. Guide your guests through your garden with handcrafted pathway markers and natural totems. Use stacked stone columns, twisted driftwood, or bundled branches as visual cues that mark turns, entryways, or themed zones in your space. Each marker can reflect your garden's personality, turning navigation into an art form that weaves reuse with storytelling. 'Add symbols or small carvings to personalize your totems, perhaps etched leaves into wood or painted tribal designs using clay pigments. These markers aren't just functional. They bring a mystical or cultural element to your garden, reflecting your values and artistic spirit. It's an easy way to build identity into your landscape while using materials that would otherwise go unused. 19. Vertical gardens with reclaimed frames and containers. When space is limited, go vertical. Repurpose old pallets, window frames, or broken shelving into living walls bursting with herbs, succulents, or ferns. Fill pockets with coir or moss and arrange small planters or pouches along the structure to create a dense, vibrant display. It's a practical and beautiful way to recycle with purpose. 'Elevate your vertical garden's appeal by attaching old grates, baskets, or even cut fabric pockets from worn-out jeans. These little green pockets grow life and bring color to bland walls and fences. Plus, their endlessly adjustable change out the plants each season for a fresh new vibe that evolves with nature. 20. Rooting stations and propagation centers from scraps. Start a propagation station using old jars, light bulbs, or mismatched drinking glasses. Fill them with water and nest plant cuttings inside to root on a sunny shelf or garden wall. When arranged in reclaimed wooden crates or suspended with twine from a pergola, these simple vessels become elegant, earth-friendly displays. 'Label each rooting jar with small slate tags or wooden spoons, adding a rustic charm to your propagation zone. Not only does this keep your cuttings organized, but it also makes your garden a place of learning, growth, and renewal. It's a beautiful symbol of how new life often begins in the most unexpected containers. 21. Potting benches and workspaces from old furniture. Don't toss that worn-out desk or rickety table, turn it into a potting station. With a bit of sanding and a fresh coat of milk paint or linseed oil, any piece of old furniture can become your new favorite garden workspace. Add hooks from old utensils or nails to hang tools, and you've got a character-rich, functional feature. 'Customize your potting area by attaching a salvaged window above it as a rustic canopy or shade panel. Store soil in upcycled tins, and use wooden crates or wine boxes as drawers for seeds and gloves. These details make your space uniquely yours, while proving that garden utility doesn't require a trip to the hardware store, just imagination and reuse. 22. Upcycled garden fencing with charm and purpose. Traditional fences can be costly and bland, but not when you repurpose old doors, pallets, or bamboo stalks. These materials can be arranged into quirky, functional boundaries that protect your plants while giving your garden personality. Mix and match textures for a whimsical look that adds visual interest while remaining fully sustainable. 'Accent your fence with vines or climbing flowers to soften the lines and bring it to life. Decorate with embedded stones, bottle caps, or shells for a mosaic effect. With a bit of effort and flair, your fence becomes a feature instead of a fixture, a testament to how discarded materials can be both protective and poetic. 23. Natural insect hotels from recycled finds. Support pollinators and beneficial bugs by building insect hotels using hollow bamboo, pine cones, straw, bark, and bricks with holes. Pack them into a wooden frame made from an old drawer or box and mount it in a sunny corner of your garden. These habitats support the health of your garden while showcasing eco-conscious craftsmanship. Paint or carve designs into the wooden shell of the insect hotel for a decorative touch, and surround it with wildflowers or herbs that attract bees and ladybugs. Each recycled element plays a part in creating shelter and balance, giving nature the space it needs to thrive right alongside your plants. 24. Garden games and kids' corners from upcycled bits. Turn your garden into a playful space for all ages by creating games and child-friendly zones using reused materials. Lay down a checkerboard made of painted stones or build a tic-tac-toe board from tree slices and hand-painted pebbles. These projects are not only fun, they give kids a connection to nature and creativity. 'Use crates, fabric scraps, or salvaged furniture to build a garden reading nook or mud kitchen. Decorate with nature-themed banners or mobiles made from leaves and feathers. By integrating playful reuse into your garden, you teach the next generation that joy and sustainability go hand in hand. 25. Earthy aromatherapy with upcycled incense and herb features. Fill your garden with soothing scents by planting herbs in upcycled containers placed where you can brush past them. Old boots, tin cans, or cracked teapots all make delightful vessels for lavender, mint, or rosemary. Every step in your garden becomes a sensory experience, rooted in nature and sustainability. 'You can even craft mini incense burners from old tiles and driftwood to infuse earthy aromas during quiet evenings outdoors. These fragrant features enhance your space while making use of discarded items, enriching both your environment and your well-being. It's a reminder that beauty, healing, and reuse are deeply interconnected. Final conclusion: a garden that gives back. Through every planter, path, trellis, and totem, we've shown that your garden can be a living expression of creativity, sustainability, and joy. When we choose to work with what we already have, nature's gifts and forgotten items, we create more than just decor. We create meaning, history, and harmony with the world around us. Thank you once again for joining us on The Right Place. If this video inspired you to turn junk into joy in your own garden, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and share your upcycled garden projects in the comments. We'd love to hear your ideas. Until next time, keep planting, keep creating, and remember, everything has the potential to bloom again.